Hey guys, this is Bree. I wanted to do a quick flip through of this junk journal that I made. I used a little golden book, and this was just for fun. I thought about keeping memories from my kids' birthdays and stuff in here. So I just recently completed it, and I filled most of the pockets with journaling cards, and I like to have all of that ready to go so that when I want to put in some photos or write down memories, I have everything ready, no excuses. And anyway, so this is it. It is just, it's vintage. Let me check the date. Sorry. 93. Barely vintage. Wait, is that even considered? Yes. Oh my gosh. I was a decade off in my thinking. I cannot think that 1993 is nearly 30 years ago because I was born in 91. So that's hard to hear. Okay. So what I do is I just take out the staples, cut little slits by the staples and pry them out. And then you don't have to trim down your pages because then you're keeping your entire cover with the typical little golden book spine. And then these will just pop right out, the two signatures, and then all you have to do is make your own spine at that point. So this one's really cute too. When's this one from? 1992. So anyway, very simple. And then for the spine, I just took a piece of chipboard, cut it to 1.75 I think, 1.75 inches, and I could just measure it. Yep, looks right. And then I covered that with scrapbook paper that I love that just looks a little bit vintagey. It's just from a cheap book from Hobby Lobby that I've had for a long time, but and then I have everything connected with some cheesecloth and Fabrifix glue. So I added some chipboard in here that's also covered in scrapbook paper. This one I just printed myself. And I use that just to support the book because, this is like really flimsy here, and especially in a vintage book, I wanted this to be one piece, and I didn't want this to be like creasing here and flopping up there. So, because that is meant to be the crease of the book. So, okay, into the actual book itself. Just want to explain how I did that there. It's really simple to do. It's a little bit time consuming sometimes to take out the staples, but the whole process is extremely simple. So, this is The Tale of Peter Rabbit. By Beatrix Potter. My grandma used to read me this book when I was little, so when I saw this one, I knew I had to make it into a journal that I was going to use and keep myself and, put my kids' stuff in there. So what I did was I kept all the book pages in order, and I just added in my own little bits after the fact. So I have this little paper doily that I used just Distress Oxides on, and then some coffee dyed paper, scrapbook paper that I put, it's two different pieces of scrapbook paper. This is just a really pretty printable that I found online, and I'll link the shop below. These are gorgeous. It came with a whole bunch of tags and journaling cards and even like little hearts and stuff. Everything was so cute, so I cut one of those out for there. This is a piece of paper from a ledger book that I found, just with a couple eyelets punched in. I was debating putting something in them, but I think I'll just leave them plain. And then I just did a decorative punch on the end. Then just book pages, a little feather charm, another book page from a different book that I added in just because it was cute, and then a piece of scrapbook paper that I made into pockets. And so this holds more journaling space because these are beautiful to put in, but the thing for me is that I really wanted this to be a journal I can journal in and write in. So I needed to add a lot of pockets with extra journaling cards, so I have a couple journal card that I made and a postcard that I bought. And then this is a piece of paper from a B5 Stalogy notebook, and I'm obsessed with this paper. So I made this into pockets too with another journaling card, room for putting photos on and stuff. This is just some homemade paper that I bought with some fabric. I have a lot of sari silk and pretty fabrics in here. And the other side is a pocket with a couple more journaling cards, one for writing or doing, like these are the right size to hold the pictures that come out of my Canon Ivy printer. So I can use, I have everything already set up kind of to be used for my own photos of my kids. And there's a lot of liquid pearls throughout the book too. I'll forget where they are, but here's some right here. So the next page. And then on this page is just a little glassine, like coin size envelope that I inked up a little bit and put in a distressed card. So this is just a plain card. These are the back. This is the backs of the cards. I found these at a antique shop that's like less than a mile up from my house, and it says Grand Meadow, Minnesota, which is very close to the town where I grew up in Minnesota. So I thought that was just fun. So I distressed, this is a 2 of diamonds, and I distressed a whole bunch of these, and I have a video coming out soon on how I did that, because that's just really fun. And this, I could put a little picture on here, but I might just leave it, you know, as a cute little a piece of ephemera. That's it. So this is a piece of scrapbook paper that I printed myself, but on thick cardstock, but it turned out really faded. And so, like, I don't know, something was funky was happening with my printer that day. So then I dyed it with purple cabbage water. So I boiled purple cabbage, and that's how I got this gorgeous blue color. I don't know why it's rainbowy. I think that's just this ink that bled through. But so it was kind of useless to me, so I dyed it with purple cabbage, and now it's pretty. And then this is a piece of paper. This is slightly green because I dyed it with spinach water. So I boiled spinach, and then you just strain everything out, and then you put it in here. Yeah, it's really pretty. I heard that it would be more vibrant if I put salt in the water, and I have not tried that yet. But here's just a little tag in here that's from one of my past masterboards that I made. And then this pretty pink paper is dyed with beets. So after I was making all these ones, then my sister texted me, she's like, why aren't you using beets? They're so pretty pink. So I did that. And I have these pockets, and there's a journaling card in there with blank writing space on the back. And I tried to keep some of these journaling cards really thin because I knew this book was going to be full of photos, and I didn't want it to get like insanely full. So, and this is just a blank greeting card that I had. I'm not sure where I even got those. It's just been in my stash for a while. This is the back side of that pocket with some lace added, and a little journaling card with Tim Holtz paper. And then over here is just, I have a teeny tiny clip that's holding just a couple more small journaling cards here. So great size for those Polaroid, no, Canon Ivy photos, or just space to write too. And then of course all these pockets can just hold loose photographs that I just have printed, like the 4x6s. And this is actually pretty big. I could hold 5x7s if I had them. So this is the other side of that paper. I love that rainbow. I love that it bled through like that. I bet I couldn't duplicate that if I tried. So more book page. And then this is another one of those cards that I altered a little bit. It's a Jack of Hearts. I love this one. And it has a journaling card back there. And then this is just a piece of lace trim that I turned into a belly band. And a journaling card behind that. And then this side is another pocket that I have blank. I assume I will need more space to add photos. So journaling card in this pocket. And this is a glassine envelope that has a little piece of paper in it that I only made the edge pretty. It's just for journaling. I made the edge pretty with ink, and I punched it just because it shows up through the envelope. I thought that was cute. So I'm not sure how well it's coming up, but it shows up the pattern right through the little glassine envelope. And then just a sticker and a vintage stamp, a used stamp. So this is just more of that ledger paper. This is the back side of that scrapbook paper, but on this side I sewed in a strip of wallpaper sample to act as a pocket, just for a different texture and look. And then this is a journaling card that also has a pocket with a tag. So I have some coffee dyed paper, the other side of that, and that's the end of the first signature. So then this is more, you can't tell, but it's has a slight green hue to it, so that's how I can tell it's from when I did the spinach dyeing. I wasn't sure if I didn't use enough spinach or needed to just soak it longer, but the color didn't turn out very vibrant, but it's still pretty. So then I have a sorry, I forgot they were attached. I was like, what's happening here? So I have a lunch bag here, and then inside, pinned to it, I have a little journaling card. And I just inked and stenciled on this. And then I also attached it to the page behind it to act like a pocket to hold another journaling card tag journaling card, but it's so big that it's going to act as a journaling card. More paper from that Stalogy and more pocket space. This is the other doily that I dyed. I did one with warm tones and one with cool tones. This is some notebook paper, just lined notebook paper that I dyed with coffee. This is more of that purple cabbage paper, but I put a velvet fabric pocket in here with a really big journaling card. And then whenever you see these little square things, it's because I have them the right size to act as a frame for one of my Polaroid. I keep saying Polaroid and it's driving me crazy. I don't own a Polaroid camera or Polaroid anything. I have Canon printers, Canon photo printers, and Canon cameras, and I keep saying Polaroid. For those Canon IV photos, that's what those are for. So, and then just some trim. This is a piece of paper from a kid's encyclopedia that my son has. So it had different languages and stuff on it. And then it has this little tree holding this flap up for more journaling space. And then in here I have a journaling card that just has this mountainy looking scene with pieces of paper. I got this idea from the Paper Outpost. I was watching her video and I was inspired, so I came back here and I made a few journaling cards of my own. And the back side was just, I think this was a journaling card I got from like a sticker shop, but I just did a light layer of gesso so you could still see the colors through it, but I could write on it. And this just tucks into the tree there. And then I just have, oh, I didn't even show it here either, just a couple little bells for some sound when I'm flipping the pages. This is more of that paper with the beats. This is another piece of handmade paper and a journaling card here. And then this is another blank greeting card that I had, and this one I just glued down or Mod Podge down or whatever a piece of Stalogy paper, and so I can use it as journaling space. And then a little coffee charm in here, some handmade paper with the journaling card, and some more of that beat paper. This is just a little from that Ray Dunn paper pad, a to-do list, which I would just use for journaling space. And it's just washi taped in here. And then here's the other side of that cabbage paper with the velvet pocket and another journaling card. More coffee dyed paper. It's paper doily. More Stalogy paper with a journaling card here. And then more ledge paper. This is the other side of that lunch bag. And this has a journaling card in there. And then the last one is just more spinach paper. So I did the same thing here. Added a piece of chipboard just to make it a little bit more sturdy. Cheesecloth is kind of just, it was glued on top of the both covers and the spine just to keep everything together. And then that is it. That is the end of that journal flip. I just finished this last week, and we've had our birthday party last night. We had a birthday party for my son. He's the first birthday of the year, and so I will take those pictures and everything and write in it. And then by the end of 2021, it will be full of just whatever happened during our kids' birthday parties, and then it'll just be a cute little keepsake for memories for the 2021 birthday parties in our house. And I might do mine and my husband's birthday too, just so that we can see, what we did and remember what happened, even though we don't have like a party. It'll still be fun. It's my 30th birthday this year, so I will still want to have photos so I can look back and remember that. So, alright, thank you for watching, and let me know if you have any questions. If I forgot to mention a shop or something, let me know down in the comments, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So, thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and have a great day.